Hello everyone, Jamarcus here, and welcome to DDL Week 5, coming off of a pretty big loss last week, 5-0, so hoping to do a little better this week. We're facing Wagon though, which is, he's atop the leaderboard. He's someone I invited, and he's been taking the league by storm, as I think Deepav said, or maybe that was Lou, I don't remember. Anyways, the second I saw the schedule, I knew this would be a tough week, so unfortunately, I'm not giving it my all. I kind of built the team today of busy week, but school's slowing down now, so hoping I can put in a bit more time into draft to finish strong for this league because yeah, that last week game was brutal. Anyways, really standard team. I feel like lead Samurott, Spikes, spin block with Sinistra, Wincon, Val, and Victini, kind of a supporting Treads and Lottie. Wellspring lead, I'm fine with this. I thought about leading Sinistra just 'cause I think it matches up pretty well, but I didn't want to lead into a Darkrai and then just like be screwed. My Darkrai counterplay is really not great. I don't have great Dark Resist on my team at all. I don't have a backup Fairy, which is kind of the big problem. Into this matchup, I knew it would be a tough one. I click Ceaseless Edge. It's Horn Leech, totally fine. I wasn't worried about them trailblazing or anything. They wouldn't be able to get a Trailblaze and a Swords Dance up, so I knew Sinistra or even Lottie could come in afterwards and deal with it well enough. This turn, I had a couple choices. I can either go right out into Sinistra or Lottie and take whatever hit they go for. Maybe they have a Trailblaze this turn. Um, maybe they just U-turn out. Maybe they predict Sucker Punch and go for Synthesis or Spike or something. I don't have Sucker Punch though, so I'm not clicking it. I just stay in here though. I figure if they kill me with something, that's fine. I can just revenge kill this with Val afterwards or something. So I just stay in and they click Spike. So if they get up a Spike, which is, too bad. I do have spin on Treads, but they have an Aegis Slash. But I get another Spike up and I kill them. So pretty nice for me, I think. In comes Tusk. I think this is my first misplay. Obviously, I don't want them spinning these spikes away, and they're faster than me. This is the most obvious Sinistra switch of all time. I don't think anyone would click spin here. I know Wagon well enough to like appreciate that he wouldn't click spin into the Sinistra. I think he would lose a lot of momentum from that. So I think I probably could have stayed in to keep Sinistra healthy. But I do go hard Sinistra, saving the sack. And the sack is nice to have, but as you'll see, Ice Spinner does over half to me after the spike. So it puts me in a really awkward spot. I die to the next Ice Spinner. And if I Terra Ghost, which is my Terra type, I die to Headlong Rush. So again, I don't think my opponent is going to click Ice Spinner this turn. If I just Terra Ghost, I live and I Matcha Gotcha and I kill them and heal all my health back. Such a bad spot for my opponent. I don't think they're going to click Ice Spinner again, which is why I do not Terra this turn. Although with that being said, I probably should have just clicked Matcha Gotcha anyways. I click Strength Sap though. And then comes Braviary, which I give it the Defiant boost, which honestly is bad. It's not the end of the world. Terra Ghost, I can live a hit. They end up being Agility. I can Stun Spore them though, so I can keep this thing under control well enough. It'll obviously be able to keep Agilitying and being faster than my whole team, but with it paralyzed, I think I'll get the turns I need to deal with it. It's also not able to OHKO like a decent chunk of my team. It is Terra Water. So I do switch out into Lottie. I can take any one hit. If they Brave Bird there, I'd be faster, and if they Agility, I would get a turn anyways. I'm just really trying to force this thing to Terra Water, because right now it obviously walls my Sinistra. But if I can make it Terra Water, then it's an easy Matcha Gotcha. And with Ice Beam on Lottie, I'm hoping I can do that. They Brave Bird, that's a whole lot of damage, and I can just Ice Beam for not a whole lot of damage. I have no special attack investment, just a bit of speed and rest and Fizz Def and HP. Take it fully paired, which is really nice. I can Ice Beam again, gets them really low. I get a high roll there. If I got a higher roll in this first Ice Beam, I would have been in an incredible spot, but no such luck. I got the full para though, so I can't complain too much. I forced the Terra, which is nice. And then a really awkward turn for me here. Do I want to just let them keep roosting? Do I want to switch because I can't really do anything to them. I'm Ice Beam and another move, which is not much better into them. So I make the play of sacking Samurott here, um, and then going into Sinistra. It's a pretty obvious roost turn. I probably didn't need to sack Samurott there. I could have gone hard Sinistra, but if they just click Brave Bird this turn, it puts me in a really awkward spot. So I just go into Samurott to sack, and then go into Sinistra. Now that it's Terra'd, I can just click Matcha Gotcha. Brave Bird does a lot, but Matcha should heal me enough to where the next one won't kill me. Another really awkward turn here. I want to keep the Sinistra pretty healthy. I can go Lottie, sack, they'll die to Brave Bird recoil. But if I go Lottie and they get fully parried, and they don't die, that just gives them a free roost, which is terrible for me. Or if they predict that, and maybe they click roost here, or they click their other move, um, which, I don't know, maybe it's Terra Blast Water, maybe it's Close Combat, maybe it's a normal move, probably not a normal move though. Anyways, I just stay in here, thinking I can take any one hit. As much as I would like to sack Lottie here and keep Sinistra healthy, I don't think that that's a play that I can make. They Terra Blast, correctly predicting the Lottie sack so that they'd be able to roost. But I just Matcha Gotcha and killed them. And at this point in the game, I'm feeling pretty good. I have 2 spikes up. I have 2 mons dead. My Wincon Val looks really good. If I can chip down the Aegis Thus a little bit, Moonblast into the team is phenomenal. Same thing with Victini. I think there's a lot of potential in this late game. And I still have Iron Treads as a nice support piece. I can try and spin, which isn't a necessity, but it could be nice. They go Darkrai, and this put me in another awkward spot. Obviously, keeping the spinner or the spin blocker for Tusk is really nice to keep these spikes up, especially after Altaria Megas. Then it can also take the spikes. If I go Lottie and they click Substitute, everything I have that can revenge kill this is gonna have a really bad time. I mean, Val's just gonna break this up and then die to Sludge Bomb. Treads would live a Focus Blast and I booster speed, so I would be faster than them, but I'd be sacking like most of my Treads and then the rest of my 3 monsters die to Dark Pulse. So it puts me in a terrible spot. And I did not want my opponent to get a sub up for free, so I click Matcha Gotcha this turn. As a nasty plot. As I miss Matcha. Granted, that's the 3rd Matcha I clicked, at least I hit both on the Braviary. Missing that kind of sucks. You'll see that it actually didn't really matter for the most part. But yeah, I miss, and then I end up sacking Lottie this turn, figuring I can save Sinistra. At this point, I don't think they're going to nasty plot again. And I am correct in that. They just Dark Pulse, and this is fine. I know that they're not Choice Scarf now, which means I can just Revenge Kill with the Val really easily. At this moment, I was thinking, okay, I wish I hit the Matcha Gotcha, because then I would kill them through a Resist Berry. With that being said, it's really hard to bring Resist Berry on Darkrai here, because you're weak to both of my stabs on Val, so you're kind of just taking a 50-50, and I don't think it's a great team building choice to make, to just take that 50-50. And my opponent recognizes that and brings a better set, and that set is Endure Salic Berry, which means I lose the game. I have no counterplay. I have no priority, nothing faster, everything gets OHKO'd. My only hope, really, is that their last move is Focus Blast for some reason, and that Val can live a hit, but no such luck. Last move Thunderbolt, because Natdex. Treads comes in on booster speed, I'm not overly bulky at all though, so Dark Pulse is just going to drop me. Same thing with Victini, and same thing with the Sinistra. So 2 weeks in a row where this kind of thing happened. I felt like I was in a really good spot. I had progress made, Mons were dead, things were chipped, although not really in this case, but last week that Celesteela was real low. Same with Sandy Shocks. And I felt like my win cons were lined up to win. But then a bit of a misplay. I don't even know if I misplayed this game. Just a good set from my opponent, and maybe I think a team building error more, if anything. Whereas last week I probably could have played it better. So yeah, starting to learn how to use Val still. Obviously, last 2 weeks have kind of been Val's fault. It's failed to kill something and then ended up getting swept. Both weeks I would have been fine if I had Encore or a priority move. So hopefully my future opponents aren't watching this because I'm probably bringing those things coming up. But at least I like the first, like until Darkrai came in, the first 12 turns of the game, even playing around this Braviary, I think it was fine. Maybe I could have used Treads. I know someone else did a live com of this game, and they mentioned how I could have used Treads for Braviary. I need to look at the speed tiers. I don't know if my Treads would have been faster or not. The thing with Treads is I don't do any damage to you. I mean, they can just roost off everything I go for. So I don't think I ever would have really accomplished a whole lot. Val, maybe I could have Moonblasted and it would do a bit more damage, but then I'm risking a special attack drop, giving them a Defiant boost. So I think I did what I could around the Braviary. I think the real problem was not clicking Matcha Gotcha this turn. If I burn this thing, it's so incredibly good for me. And it also wouldn't have gotten the boost. But then yeah, the Darkrai's really stole the show. Very good prep for my opponent, obviously. The Braviary set, I mean, not something you can really expect to play, I suppose. And then definitely the Darkrai set. I thought I was in the clear to just revenge kill with my Iron Valiant. In hindsight, I don't think you would bring a regular old Nasty Plot Darkrai to my team. It's just so prone to getting revenge killed by a Val. So maybe I could have, like after Lottie gets sacked, I could have gone Treads. But that's a really tough call to make in the moment. It's really easy to just look at Val as an easy revenge kill. Had I gone Treads, it still would have been awkward. I would have to hope that they don't click Endure. And that, I don't even know, because if they, because I can't OHKO Darkrai. Maybe some of my moves might even put it into Salic Berry range. I think I would have to go Treads, double into Val as they click Endure. But that's not a realistic play to make at all. So, I mean, maybe I could have gone Victini, bluff the Scarf. And if they do stay in and not appreciate the Scarf, they would just Dark Pulse into Val anyways, which isn't the end of the world. So I think I could have made that play, but that's an insane play to make. So I think I played well enough. I think the real problem was the team that I brought. I feel like I'm talking more in the post game than I was the whole game. I guess it was pretty short. Anyways, a 4-0 loss. Differential's looking real bad right now. I'm positive on win-loss, but negative on differential. I knew the mid-season would be the toughest for me, at least knock on wood. I thought my most challenging opponents would be in the mid-season, and so far I was right. And then I figured the next 3 weeks I might have a bit of a better time. I'm facing MSR next week, who has been whooping me recently. I've lost, I think, the last 2 games to him that we've played. So hoping to break that streak, and then hopefully can finish this season off strong. Get like top 4 in seeding. I mean, at this rate, top 8 would be nice, because I'm looking a little close to 8 right now. Anyways, it's 2 a.m. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.